Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Dr.Risyawati and my fellow classmates. We are from Group 2. We present about Team Agro Farm Padang Terap. My name is Nurul Ainabila binti Abdullah. My matric number is 263107. Now I will talk about the operating strategy that is used by the Team Agro Padang Terap. The operating strategy that is used by the company is the company has gained a training center status and the company now become a consultant center. The company has obtained certification from the Skill Development Department. As such, every year they can take a participant to do a practical on their farm, and this participant will be trained in work related to this plantation, and their company will be paid by the ministry. The company will hold a program to turn the breeders into entrepreneurs and give training for them. Other than that, the company also joint venture into the manufacture of animal feed, where the self-produced animal feed is not only used for them, but it will also be sold outside there at a lower price than the market, which is using their own recipe process of making the fodder. Based on the company strategy that has been implemented to reduce costs, it must depend on the machine and also surrounding with the rice mill. They need to make sure that the waste material is in their surrounding area. For example, natural materials such as grass that they cut in people's garden will be used for animal feeds. It will save the company costs. Next, to make the product delivery more efficient, the company still relies on agent for sale of akikah and sale of marinate meat. They have not enough volume in developing systems such as Product Ability Trust or App Ability Trust. In the future, they try to create one and it takes time to be centralized. Other than that, each fund that applies is for machine use only and not for the digitalization process at this time.
My name is Nushafiqah binti Abdul Rahim, number matric 262579. Okay, for the cost structure specific by the strategy spot, the level of quality is required. This is the total cost of all resources used in the farming enterprise during specific year, including stock adjustment and non-cash item. Total cost consists of fixed costs and variable costs. There were not mentioned specific costs. Starting in 2006, Tenang Agro Farm is developing 10 rearing goods. In 2021, it has total of 950 goats and 4,900 cows. The total cost rise in tandem with growth of the livestock cultivated. The company's revenue, its annual production including food, exceed 500,000. The cost of labor is the sum of all wages paid to employees, as well as employee benefit and payroll tax levied by the employer. The labor costs are classified as direct and indirect overhead. In 2006, starting with raising 10 goats, no workers were hired. In 2021, the number of workers in the farm increased by 14 people, not including the foreign labor force from the Rohingya, as many as 2 people. The Tenang Agro Farm Company ensure that employees' pay is commensurate with what all they earn. All workers are required to be on the farm because the livestock industry necessitated close monitoring. A sunk cost is a cost that has already occurred and not be recovered in the future. Rent, marketing, campaign expense and money spent on new equipment, for example, can be all considered sunk costs. A sunk cost is also known as a past cost. In 2006, the sunk cost is incurred by the company were very little compared to 2020. Every year, the company received many orders in akikah and korban. In 2020, Malaysia was rocked by a dangerous pandemic, so that company suffered a huge losses as money had already been invested to make preparation for akikah and korban, and customers had to cancel their bookings.
Next, the projected manpower need. Manpower is the one of the most important resources for an organization or department, and there is no exception in the livestock industry. Entrepreneurs said that with the manpower can facilitate the work and speed up the work process. In addition to livestock, there are also a part of slaughter and other processing. So the first one is increased use of advanced machine technology. So this advanced machine technology can speed up the production process and increase the level of efficiency and save working time. For example, the technology that has been used by them is a lawn machine to cut the grass from pastures, stool dryer to dry livestock manure before being crushed and packaged as organic fertilizer, and others. The second one is Skill Training Center for Plantation Workers. This company is become a training center this training will provide a clear understanding of their responsibility for their jobs, and the new employee will be taught how to manage livestock, how to take care of the livestock nutrition, and how to the slaughter given to the skilled Muslim workers. And this training takes 2 months based on the student competency response during the training. And the third one is employer provide accommodation facility to employees. Employer does want the employee have a trouble coming to work and ensure that the employee arrives on time. They also will avoid cases of a refugee foreign worker, and in this company, the current local worker is 14 people excluding the local foreign worker.
Okay, operation strategy target company in terms of sale is type of distribution channels and their function, where in order to formulate the strategy to achieve their goals and objectives of company. To ensure that profit can be generated, the risk of losses can be reduced, as well as the marketing of goods can be expanded quickly. We must understand that the current style of business and immediate or improve if necessary. First, identify location and method. To sell your product or service so that it can reach an user. It can be made directly or indirectly through several. 2. Distribution channels such as agent, distributors, wholesaler, and retailer. Alternative methods such as online marketplace can also be used to sell product or service directly to targeted customer. Using the right place will allow you to penetrate a larger market, increase sales, and minimize profit because your product or service has reached the right end user at the right time. 3. Promotion. Promoting a product to the general public is a big challenge. One-way communication method to tell customer information about a product or service and how to get in the market. 4. Learn good marketing method to get sales. There are 4 types of distribution channel according to market, namely direct selling, intermediaries, dual distribution, and reverse channel. Direct seller by contracting customer through WhatsApp, Facebook, email, and so on by taking advantage of internet facilities.
Now I will talk about the operation strategy target the company in terms of profit. So the profit that earned by the company is do not increase, which is remain consistent and remain more to survive because this livestock is not a product that have a fixed lifespan. This is because sometimes the completion of demand for the middle product increase and the livestock die in a large quantity. There are still obstacles in process of increasing their sales revenue. As such, company needs to change the direction of process of selling fresh meat sample and more focus on the marinate meat or ready-to-eat product. And then, the company diversified their business model for breeding and training. The company also become a contractor to certain agency for supply of goods. This is because the profit that will be obtained are more consistent compared to the livestock process itself. Even though it was used as a side income and not primary, it helps to stabilize the income that the company has lost. The overall strategy used by the company is very effective and also consistent. The company get a lot of recognition, but in terms of monetary, they do not have much profit. But in terms of exposure and also acknowledge, they gain a lot of things within 2010 until now. And now their business is growing. Currently, the company has partnered with MITE, which is Malaysian Industry Government Group for High Technology. Although it was a slow progress, but they believe that it will be able to help the company to go further.
Okay, next, compared to the operation strategy target to company goal in terms of investment, to make sure they are consistent, first, invest in machinery. The farm has put half a million ringgit on tractor and other machine. Business obtain more value for their money by investing in advanced technology and speeder equipment, which means increased speed lead to increased productivity and in return lead to greater profits. The company choose invest in the right equipment to cut down on unnecessary costs, reduce the margin of human error. 2. Build a training center. The company thinks training centers were very important in the world of animal husbandry. Company chose to build a training center on halal in Tenang Agro farm. Every year, the company will accept participants for training and turn the breeder participant into the entrepreneur. By build a training center, it can reduce costs and increase production output. 3. Invest in IoT, Internet of Things. Companies are in the process of applying IoT and RFID in their business. IoT can improve product quality and volume. There are IoT agriculture sensors that can be attached to farm animals to monitor their health and log performance. Livestock tracking and monitoring aid in the collection of data on the health, well-being, and physical location of livestock. The implementation of RFID technology in livestock can help increase the level of efficiency of livestock management.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Jana binti Zahari. Metric number is 265224. I want to present about operational strategy. First is operational strategy to offer product in the market. They use social media for marketing to make offer and to produce meat and meat product only for the opinion of Mr. Hayat. All out using influence to get market share such as meeting, DJs online for publicity and cooperation with the Kedah Zakat Institution for the charity victim project regarding Asnaf. Second is about the price is set according to the company cost bearing ability. Considering for livestock, the margin is not too high based on volume, but non-volume product such as meat cannot be sold at a high price, but such as marinated mutton still a healthy margin. Third is about supply of product and service in accordance with production. Production is keeping up with marketing due to lack of employees and has an additional employees of 10 people so they can keep up with everything in farming because specific manpower is needed.
Okay, next is strategies used to deal with shortages in market. Okay, it takes 3 or 4 months supply early, but they here settle early for fresh meat products, but for marinated meat, modified frozen products to make the product. They also faced an uncurtailed price increase, but had to take a relatively thick margin to concentrate back the price increase. Okay, for the problems in terms of lack of workers, to overcome the workers, they provide training centers. Whenever there is a training center, workers will sit for free, but they do the work because everything needs government. The last is determination of market price so that the company does not lose. As for the price of meat, they according to the price in the market cannot maintain, but at the same time, other products do not maintain the price because the costs are not consistent with the price. Prices here change and cannot be sustained.
Moving forward with their latter strategy, according to Mr. Hayat, his strategy is only one, which is to open a training center for his existing workers and also for the new hired workers that will impact the operation in terms of cost reduction with the capability to increase up the production capacity to ensure the efficiency. Furthermore, he also mentioned that another strategy is to rehabilitate the halal system verification for the farm animal livestock so that he could gain the customer trust and also customer high expectation towards Tenang Agro farm products and the service provided. In regard to the quality improvement of the farm, Mr. Hayat's statement to our team during the interview that his place is always audited because his business get funding from the Malaysia Agriculture and Farming Authority bodies. In addition, every year the representative from the fundraiser will evaluate the machine operation utilization and the quality of livestock feeding material so that their trusted business partner and parties will have the confidence to invest their funds to the Tenang Agro Farm businesses and comes with a brainstorming idea and suggestion in making some improvement that can be done to enhance the farm production and operations and of course to maintain the animal livestock quality in regards of livestock health and hygiene, safety and the feeding material they apply to ensure the guarantee of the animal livestock itself. Proceeding with the strategy implementation impact, according to Mr. Hayat's opinion, he always had to make some changes or improvement in strategy planning every month. He always done the trial and error execution to evaluate any possible and potential alternative that can be increase the profit margin and also the demand from the customer. The reason he said that because nowadays many entrepreneurs are creative and innovative in the business industry. He also highlighted that apparently Tenang Agro Farm feels threatened by competitive advantage from the outside competitors. For instance, competition in terms of marinated gold product. The Harimau Menangis from famous artists such as Nilofa, for example, is not easy to compete with in terms of taste or customer demand. Aside from the fresh meat production, our team managed to dig up and making some research to the Team Agro Padang Terap Facebook, whereas we discover that the owner also involved in the chicken meat production as the Ayam Bakar Apollo also be the product diversification apart from the fresh meat production. Furthermore, the things we managed to obtain outside from the interview is our team belief that the owner also had established its own dine-in restaurant located near the farm to market all of their product to the customer and to achieve their diversification product target sales, thus lead to the ROI impact of the business. Another thing that might add is Mr. Hayat did not mention in the interview is that he had a veggies and corn farm where the veggies and corn production were also another of their product diversification from the farm itself. So what our team can justify is the research and development of Team Agro Padang Terap must be creative in produce or upgrading the product so that the company able to compete in the market continuously.
For product process matrix, batch production is suitable because the cow and goats has their maturity period, so the breeders will keep the livestock in the barn until it can be segregated. After segregated, they will produce products such as marinated goats. They have to find the maturity period for both cow and goats that's suitable to be segregated, so they keep the livestock in the barn segregated according to the age because it's different in terms of care. So the batch production is suitable for this type of production. For process design, every firm produce a good or service will do using process. This process will use the firm's resource in order to transfer the primary input into some type of output. In designing the actual process, particularly the number and sequence of steps, several important factors need to be considered. For example, the process in Team Agro Padang Terap.
In process design, Team Agro Padang Terap will buy cow and goats in Thailand and local cow in Malacca. Based on the interview, their farm area is 8 acres and has 104 cows and 200 goats. Their employees will grow their own food to give to the cows and the goats. They are quoting raw material to reduce the cost. Next, they have local workers and foreign to rearing livestock, cow and goats. After that, they also have agents and suppliers to commercialize the business to the public. At the last, they will supply the meats or raw meats to the other company, and they also will prepare the goats and cow for the Korban and Majlis Akikah due to high demand. A product life cycle is the amount of the time of a product goes from being introduced into the market until it is taken off the shelves. There are 4 stages in a product life cycle, which is introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. The concept of a product life cycle helps inform business decision making from pricing and promotion to exploration or cost cutting. A product begins with an idea and within the confines of modern business. It isn't likely to go further until it undergoes research and development (R&D) and is found to be feasible and potentially profitable. At that point, the product is produced, marketed, and rolled out. Team Agro Padang Terap is producing the current popular products such as livestock, food, and meat. This is because it will need high marketing costs if they produce the new product, and the current popular product is not need more cost to marketing. In product life cycle, there are 4 stages, which is introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. In the introduction stage, Team Agro Padang Terap will do the promotion of their product at the social media like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and so on. When the product is successful, they will go to the growth stage. At this stage, they need to grow the demand. They will collaborate with other organizations such as Korban and Majlis Akikah to meet the high demand. The third stage is maturity. This is the most profitable stage. It means the cost of producing and marketing will decline after this stage. There are some challenges that will faced by Team Agro Padang Terap at this stage, such as increasing in raw material and increasing in competitor. And the current COVID-19 pandemic also making the business decline because they had to cancel the order. At the decline stage, they will do some innovation to the product based on the customer feedback.
My name is Aisyah Binti Musa, my metric number 261383. I will talk about the SWOT analysis. The strength of Team Padang Agro Terap is giving little space for its worker to cultivate for side income. Encik Hayat said that he gave a little bit of land of the farm to their workers who want to cultivate for having extra income to support their daily life, like making a farming. Next, the Agro Padang Terap also influence customer with original content like YouTube, Facebook, to attract the customer in the media social, because people nowadays active in the media social. After that, establish cooperation with Lembaga Zakat Kedah and Tabung Haji. Encik Hayat said that they collaborate with Lembaga Zakat Kedah for the Korban Infak project for our staff and Tabung Haji to go further in the future. Other than that is high quality product and guarantee hygiene. Quality of product and hygiene is very important for Agro Padang Terap because they have to detail in this part to make sure their product has good quality and hygiene before they launching the product. Other strength is Team Agro Padang Terap also have a training center, so it can reduce expenses and increase revenue because the person who join the training will be paid by the government. Next, the weakness of T Agro Padang Terap is less skilled worker. Encik Hayat said that manpower is important in the livestock because not all workers know how to do their job. That's why they cannot get consistent result. Besides, Padang Agro Terap unable to determine a price due to volatile market price. Encik Hayat said that livestock margin is not high because the meat is based on volume and not based on premium, which is the product ready to eat. Then do not have enough employee to take care of their livestock. Encik Hayat said they have 104 cows and 200 goats. However, Team Agro Padang Terap only have 14 workers. Other than that, Team Agro Padang Terap also have a demand decline during the pandemic due to high demand and high cancellation. Padang Agro Terap also have a problem because the increase of price supply of food and raw material. The price of supply of food quite expensive. That why Encik Hayat said that they will get the grass around their farm to reduce the cost. The opportunity of T Agro Padang Terap is high market demand. T Agro Padang Terap get more demand for marinate lamb and meat during Akikah. Next, high livestock price also give advantage to Agro Padang Terap because the price will change every year. For example, this year the price of cow around 4,900 ringgit and for goods around 950 ringgit. Next, Team Padang Agro Terap also have a good relationship with supplier and agent. Encik Hayat said that T Agro Padang Terap have many options to choose their supplier, and he also can be a supplier to the other company. That's how he maintain a good relationship with their supplier and agent. Other than that, T Agro Padang Terap also use media social to attract customer. For example, he use platforms such as YouTube and Facebook to market their product. So if you guys want to see about the T Agro Padang Terap, you guys can subscribe the YouTube Tenang Agro Farm. Team Agro Padang Terap also use advanced machine technology. Encik Hayat said that their machine in the farm of Agro Padang Terap around 500,000. Lastly, tracks. Team Agro Padang Terap have many cancellation of booking during the pandemic. Encik Hayat said that before the pandemic, the demand of booking high for Akikah. However, due to the pandemic, COVID-19, many customers cancel their booking. Next, the epidemic of mysterious disease also give threats to the Team Agro Padang Terap because the goats die suddenly without any system. Encik Hayat said when they check the goat that have died, they have no system. Their organ also have no problem. Other than that, Team Agro Padang Terap also have a lack of capital. Encik Hayat said that he have to borrow around 300,000 from his friend to start the business. The livestock price change every year, also give threats to the Team Agro Padang Terap because sometimes the price of livestock fluctuate every year. Lastly, is high sabotage. Encik Hayat said that when he do the business, there are some people that will be angry to them. So they will put the poison into the drink that can cause the livestock die. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.